Okay, J OConnor, this is the homeowner. Her parents passed away. Okay, what do you think?
I think the mold killed my parents.
You got that around there? She thinks the mold killed the parents. Okay, so if you got little children and you got a little smell of mold, it's up to you.
I'm J OConnor of Hydro Systems. We do basement waterproofing, which is interior, foundation waterproofing, which is exterior, structural repair on foundations, and foundation wall replacements. Now this job is a Crawlspace waterproofing job. Now in this Crawlspace, you only have 20 inches, roughly 20 inches of clearance. It is possible to do a Crawlspace with that much clearance. Very, very difficult job, but it is possible. If ever you get an estimate for a Crawlspace waterproofing job, be sure the estimator looks up. Because along with the fact that the Crawlspace is soaking wet, 20 floor beams are completely rotted out. There's also insulation in the Crawlspace, and both the floor beams and the insulation and everything else is completely covered in mold. Now this homeowner has had an estimate for $21,000, and that's to just repair the structural, $32,000, and that's to repair the structural and put down a vapor barrier, a couple other things. And what we're doing is we're doing the entire job for $25,000. Now this house is for sale, and the reason it's for sale is because both homeowners passed away, both of respiratory ailments. So if you have a wet crawlspace, but you want a new kitchen, and you decide to go for the kitchen, and you have children, the threat of respiratory ailments when you have mold is real, okay? So, now you have rotted out floor beams, you got insulation covered with mold, floor beams covered with mold, subfloors covered with mold, and you have this much clearance. Some people might say that you can do the floor beams from underneath. Not properly. Now you have this much clearance, you have insulation down there, and you have rotted floor beams. What would you do? The house is for sale. The carpet's got mold in it also. You could probably use some new carpet, rip the carpet out, cut the subfloor out, and do the job from the top. It enables you to cut the rotted floor beams out. It lets you get the rotted sill plates out and do the job properly. Now what we're doing on this job, we're going to be doing a Crawlspace waterproofing job combined with a Crawlspace encapsulation job. We're going to replace the floor beams, put down new subfloor, and then of course the carpet is on the homeowner. But like I said, they had an estimate for $32,000, and we're doing the job for $25,000. What we're going to do is we're going to get the job started, and yeah, I'm 59 years old and I'm still working on these jobs. Okay, I colored my hair. My mother is telling me that I look old. I am old, all right? And plus, you know, she says I'm never going to find a decent woman with all that white hair. What decent woman would have me? Okay? So anyway, we're going to get the job done, and nobody else dies. All right. rotted floor beams. That's what happens. That's what happens when you don't get the water out of your basement. Only a matter of time before it falls in. And here's the sill plate. We have a minimum space crawl space, and this is crawl space waterproofing. This is our fiber reinforced poly, and we have a system all the way around, and we have two sump pumps in here. This is thermal armor, and this is rated R15 insulation factor, and that'll keep all of the walls, that'll keep all the condensation from getting inside here. This is completely sealed and taped. No moisture is going to come up from the bottom. We're extremely fortunate that these floor beams don't have to be replaced. Everything looks really good. Apparently this was not as wet as the area over there. Mold is all gone because I can be here and actually breathe. All right, so hope this one comes out because I'm gonna put this over here. This goddamn light. All right. Fuck it. All right. I guess you can see that. Getting too fucking old for this shit. 59 years old and I'm still crawling around in basements and crawl spaces and running jackhammers and operating heavy equipment. Gosh almighty. Keeps you young though. Crawl space waterproofing with crawl space encapsulation, and this fucking light sucks. So I'm getting out of this area. Come on with this fucking light. I want to see what we got over here. Come on with this piece of junk. What the fuck? I just want to look at this damn girder over on this end. Fuck's sake. Modern technology. Give me a fucking candle. Fuck's sake. It's time to crawl out of here. All right. That's why they call it a crawl space. All right. All right, let's get out of here. Let's get the fuck out of here. All right. Oh. I looked at all these other ones. They're all good. All these on this side, right? All those.
Yes.
Hit the camera on it just to make sure. Double check. All right. All right. There's a beautiful.
Fresh lumber.
Behind you. The other way. Heading out. All right, it's all good.
Fresh lumber.
All right, thank goodness.
Fresh
Boy, that
lumber.
would have been a pain in the ass. The poly is down, system is in, thermometer's on. Already the place is smelling better. I can breathe, I can actually breathe in this place because we've soaked everything with the mold treatment, mold killer. We use shockwave. We had to wait a couple of hours before we can come back in. Fortunately for us, fortunately for me, didn't have to replace any floor beams down on that end. We've just got floor beams up in the front. We've got these that we've got to replace. Then we're going to insulate, plywood. Get the hell out of here, all right? Hydroarm systems, this is what's called a Crawlspace encapsulation. You can see it's a Crawlspace. Why it's a Crawlspace. Crawlspace encapsulation and Crawlspace waterproofing. Because there's a fucking keyword. Crawlspace waterproofing. Okay, so let's get to work on replacing some of these things and we'll be golden. All right, let me get my guy. We got a rock there. That's one. And then two. Holy shit. Watch out for the wires. I'm gonna get electrocuted. Oh shit. This one. Oh shit. This is what you call. That's a rotted floor beam. So, whenever you get an estimate, make sure they crawl under there and find out if the floor beams are rotted. Which if you've had a wet basement for a long period of time, they probably are. That's good. All right. So that should be it from over here. All right. Let's go over this other side. All right, so these are not as bad as I thought they would be. This is actually, can you imagine trying to get these things in while crawling around under there? Always make sure when you're doing this, you don't put the floor beam through the window. Okay, J OConnor, this is the homeowner. Her parents passed away. Okay, what do you think?
I don't know. I think the mold killed my parents.
You got that around there? She thinks the mold killed the parents. Okay, so if you got little children and you got a little smell of mold, it's up to you. Okay, so as you can see, we're all finished up. This is all put back together. The floor beams have been replaced. This is all put back together. Now the cost of this job, $25,000. 10, maybe 15 years ago, the job could have been done somewhere between $8,000 and $12,000. Now those would have been a cost. Unfortunately, the homeowners that were here didn't want to pay that amount to get the job taken care of. And unfortunately, the cost of not getting it repaired, the cost of not getting it fixed 10 or 15 years ago was their lives, because both homeowners died of respiratory ailments. And as you see, and as you heard, the daughter of the estate made that statement, not me. There are too many people that don't take mold seriously enough. Okay, so this job is finished, and here's my happy homeowner. There you go, happy homeowner, whose parents unfortunately died in the house because they didn't get the job waterproof 10 or 15 years ago.
You're not videoing. Shut that thing off.
Anyway.